Welcome back, Caistrology family, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Cailin, and today I'm going to be doing a timeless tarot reading to find out who you were in a past life. So this pick a card reading will be applicable to anyone who sees this. It doesn't matter whether it's 1 year after it's posted or 10 years later. Like I said, it is a timeless reading, so whenever you stumble upon this video, it is the right time for you. Now, before I begin, I'm just going to light some candles, and I am going to pause the video to give you an opportunity to choose one of the 4 groups. Now, Caistrology family, I just want to let you know that for April 2021, I won't be doing a tarot predictions video, and the reason for that is that this is actually my side job. So with my full-time work, I don't have time to do 14 videos per month. I obviously do my horoscopes as well. So I hope that you enjoy this video. Obviously it's a bit different to what I normally do, but nonetheless, enjoy it. So for group number 1, I have my lemon quartz crystal. For group number 2, I have my black obsidian crystal. For group 3, we have fluorite, and for group 4, I have my clear quartz crystal. So I'm going to leave this video paused now for a moment. If you feel drawn to pick more than one group, that's perfectly okay. Just make sure that you're feeling calm and relaxed and comfortable before you make your choice. Hi, group number 1, for those of you who chose the lemon quartz crystal. Before I do your Celtic Cross tarot spread, I'll just show you your oracle card, which is minimize guilt. Okay, and already I sense that this is going to be a very big theme for you. And this wasn't just a theme in your past life. This is also something which you experience very heavily in this life. So in a past life, you were the King of Swords, okay? So with the King of Swords, this tells me that you were an intellectual, possibly a diplomat. Yes, a diplomat, and someone who was valued very highly for your intellectual prowess, okay? You was someone who was in an elevated position of society and someone who was very, very educated. Now, you were relied upon by people who were in a position of royalty, okay? So this is a very interesting past life. I am going to tie it all together and see how this is going to impact you in this life, because the purpose of this tarot spread is to see how we can integrate the lessons in our past life into the current incarnation. So the reason that you've stumbled upon this video today is that there's something that you need to reconcile, group number 1, and this is a consequence of the life that you led, this past life that you led. Obviously, I'm taking a lot more cards than normal. Like I said, this is my Celtic Cross spread, so let's tie it all in together. Okay, so to recap, you were the King of Swords, all right? In a past life, you were a male, and like I said, you were valued for your intellectual gifts. You were known as a diplomat and someone who was consulted by the crown in whatever given country you lived in, okay? So you were relied on heavily, and the obstacle or the challenge that was in your life was the Queen of Wands. So this is an actual queen, a queen figure. So you had a lot of obligations in your past life, and the root cause of this was the 3 of Cups card here. So this you were involved with communicating and liaising with different groups of people, and this took away from your ability to pursue your own higher education and further studies. So you were such a valued member of society that you were typecast and pigeonholed in this role, which meant that you weren't able to pursue the things that you wanted to study, which to me it's coming through as mathematics and science. That was your passion, or those were your passions in a past life. Now, in the recent past, we had the Two of Pentacles, or definitely not the recent past, but you had to make a big decision with the Two of Pentacles here. Okay, so with your life, there was this polarizing choice that you had to make, and that was the fame and glory of being relied upon by the crown or by someone in a position of very, very high authority, or in a high status position, a position of power. And this gave you obviously wealth that you could fall back on, but you had to give up pursuing your studies and what you were actually passionate about. So with the King of Swords energy here, like I said, this was you in a past life. So you weren't actually staying true and honest to the things which would bring you emotional fulfillment, okay, and satisfaction in your life. You chose a position which would elevate you into higher society, and that's shown by the Ace of Pentacles card here. All right, you chose money over what was in true alignment with your past life and who you were and what your soul's calling was. So what you need to let go of in this life, in this incarnation, what is impacting you now, is the Hierophant card. Okay, so once again, you are choosing a life of structure and respectability, and this is flying in the face of what you actually connect with and what you want to be known for in your life. So to me, this says that currently in this lifetime, you are in a job or in a position of authority, or even in a marriage, which you are only there because it gives you a position in authority, of authority and in society. And this elevates you above, you think that it elevates you above other classes around you or other people around you. This could be in a high level executive position in this life. You could be married to someone who is very wealthy, or known in a lot of social groups, and this affords you or lends you some kind of respectability by default by being the partner of this person. So the integration of your past life and this life and what's coming up is that you are concerned with how society views you. You want to be seen as someone, and back then you wanted to be seen as someone who was essentially like a king, even though you weren't a king. You wanted to be known for your job, your status, how much money you had, who you were involved with, what connections you were associating with, and the power or the talents that you had in your past life are shown by the Four of Wands card being reversed. You had so many skills and so many talents, and you were able to choose any path in life. I really see that in your past life, you had a lot of different options to pursue. You weren't forced into the position that you took. You chose it. And the external environment that you were in, or the external pressure that you felt, shows the Queen of Swords being reversed. So this shows me that you had a very rigid way of thinking, and you were leading with your mind and not with your soul's calling and what your gut was telling you. You were just chasing this appearance and this lifestyle, and you really thought that that was what you wanted. Now, your fears and your hopes at that time in your past life are shown by the Strength card, and to me, this is saying, eat or be eaten, right? This is showing that you felt like you had to play into your ego and what your superficial desires were telling you. Now, the outcome of this past life was the King of Pentacles, okay? You made a lot of money, but you kind of sold your soul to do so. And the reason why you feel so guilty in this life and why you need to minimize guilt is because you can't change what you did in a past life. You obviously did what you thought was right, but you are carrying some of this guilt with you now today because deep down that in some major arena of your life, in some area, you are not being true to yourself, whether that's in your profession, with your friends, in your relationship, or even it could be so deep that you are lying to yourself that you are happy. And that is why you feel this overwhelming sense of guilt, group number one, because you're actually repeating the same cycle that you experienced in this past life. Now, the way that your spirit guides is showing up to help you, oh my God, I don't see these cards before I turn them over and look at them. So we've got autumn, release the old and rest, okay? You can put this past life to rest, group number one. You don't need to feel guilty anymore. Now that you've watched this video, you know what to do and you know why you made certain decisions, and you have the power in this life, in this incarnation, not to make those mistakes again. Now, how this past life is affecting you financially in this life is going to be shown by this Angel of Abundance card. Declutter. You'll feel better and more focused if you'll take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. I would go a step further, group one, and say that you need to clear out your attachment to this past life and also clear away your desire to be seen by society in a very in this light of you're being respected for being perfect at something, okay? There's definitely like a heavily curated facade when it comes to your current incarnation and what how you were behaving in a past life. Now, lastly, I'm going to pull out a animal totem card and read the description from the handbook. Let's see, group one. What does group one need to know? We've got the otter. All right, so I can already tell you that this is about having more fun and, letting that fly in the face of what you think other people expect of you. Group number one with the otter, unobstructed joy, playfulness, and contentment. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck, the otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and reverence for life itself, without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. When in balance, full of love and needs nothing. When out of balance, gloomy, sighs and makes silly excuses. To bring into balance, dance party or celebration. Okay, group one, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this tarot pick a card reading. If you did, please give this video a like and please subscribe to Caistrology to see more content from me. Hi, group number two, for those of you who chose the Black Obsidian. Before I begin with your Celtic cross spread, I'll just show you your oracle card. Love your body. Okay, so this is going to be like the theme which which has your past life connecting to this incarnation, this lifetime. So who you were in a past life. Ooh, High Priestess. All right, so you guys were like a witch or a warlock, or someone who was like a psychic or a clairvoyant. Okay, let's see. So with the Celtic Cross spread, this is a 10 card spread. Normally I follow the traditional route, but I sort of made some changes with this particular one. So, okay, let's see, group number 2. As a High Priestess, the main obstacle, the main obstacle or challenge that you endured with the Page of Pentacles card was a miscarriage. Yeah, this is already a very emotional spread. Just bear with me. I'm going to take the last 3 cards and then I'm going to do the interpretation. Wow. Okay. All right, group number 3. Thanks for bearing with me. Okay, so like I said, you were a High Priestess. You were an intuitive, someone with magical capabilities, and someone who knew their own worth. You could have been male or female, you know, like I said, witch, warlock, shaman, and the obstacle or challenge that you faced was a miscarriage. Now, this could have been you or your wife or your partner at the time in your past life, okay? And this is playing out so much in this lifetime, because if you've chosen group number 2, you are struggling trying to conceive at this time. Now, with Love Your Body, this shows me that right now you're so mad at your body. You know, you're so upset. And whether you're watching now, again, you could be male or female. If you're male, I feel like you are blaming yourself for not being able to give your partner a child. And if you're a female, or you're the one that's going to be carrying a child, this is you know, really beating yourself up for how long things are taking and feeling like that there's something inherently wrong with you. Now, group number 2, obviously this is a past life spread, so the root cause of the issues that you experienced, a lot of it was mental with the 8 of Swords, okay? So I'm not saying that in a past life you lost your child because you willed it into manifestation. It's more like there was this sense that you felt like you didn't deserve a child for some reason. For some reason you felt like you were not worthy of being a parent and raising life, you know, raising the life of a child, all right? And with the Death card being reversed, this shows me that, you know, this is a theme which is occurring now in this lifetime. It's like history repeating itself with the Death card being reversed, group number 2. So in terms of your profession and how that impacted you, with the 3 of Wands card being reversed, I feel like in your past life, you did a lot of traveling out at sea, and this impacted your ability to obviously raise a child. But the conundrum that you experienced in this past life was that, you know, had you brought a baby to full term, you would have given that up. But there's just, yeah, there's so much guilt. There's so much sadness and guilt. Like I'm feeling it right now myself, just doing this reading. But you know, why you need to reconcile what happened in this past life, group number 2, is shown by the 9 of Swords card. Okay, you are capable of being a parent, and you are capable of having a family. Group number 2 with the Nine of Swords card, you know, these are fears, okay? And fears do not represent reality. However, when we absolutely believe that something cannot happen, okay, it's impossible, there is a likelihood of that actually manifesting, okay? So there needs to be some kind of shift in your mentality, group number 2, and it didn't happen for you in your past life. And deep down in your soul remembers this, and it knows that in this past life you weren't able to be a parent, and you've brought this fear with you into this current incarnation, and it's actually a memory of the past. But the past is not a reflection of your current reality and with your future. Okay, so that's why it's important that you're even seeing this video today, or this reading today, group number 2, because you really need to fully, and I mean fully, let go of your attachment to what happened in your past life, and also what you're currently going through, because it's obviously a very traumatizing and lonely journey that you're on, whether you're doing it solo or it's just you and your partner and you feel like it's the two of you against the world. You need to accept support into your life and shift from the mentality that it will never happen for you, because if you keep thinking this way, it will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Number 2, you need to love your body. Okay, your body has gotten you so far in this life. For you and your power, we have the Seven of Swords card. Okay, so this was your power in a past life. Now, if you're familiar with the tarot, you may be looking at the Seven of Swords card thinking, how is this a power? But it's about strategy and tact, and being able to be adaptable to any situation that you were in. And that's something that you definitely had a lot of in your past life. Now, in the external environment, we had the Knight of Swords card, and you know, this was reversed in the tarot. So this shows me that you were under a lot of pressure to explain why you weren't starting a family. I feel like there was a lot of pressure in this past life. You know, when's it gonna happen? What are you waiting for? And you know, way back when in this past life, you know, people were having children earlier. They weren't waiting till 30 or their mid-30s or whatever. So I feel like there was a lot of pressure for you to constantly explain yourself. But don't forget, group number 2, in a past life, you were the High Priestess. Now remember that you still share the same soul that you had in your past life in this current lifetime, which means that you are intuitive, you are psychic. In a lot of ways, you are magical, number 2. You have the power to raise a child and to be a parent. Now, with your hopes and fears in your past life, you had the Emperor card here, which shows me that you were fearing the wrath of your counterpart, whether that was a man or a woman, whoever your romantic partner was in a past life, or your spouse was. I feel like, you know, even though it was you and them against the world, you felt like they blamed you. Okay, they blamed you for not being able to start a family. And in some ways, in this lifetime, that is your fear. But again, that in this life, it doesn't actually represent reality. So if you feel like your partner is blaming you for not being able to start a family, it's time to have a very honest conversation with them about your fears, and you may be pleasantly surprised to discover that they don't blame you at all. In fact, they are going through the same thing with needing to learn to love their body. Now, the outcome of your past life, okay, and everything that you went through, is that you developed strength and confidence. Okay, despite never being a parent in your past life, you found a way to move on. Even though you carried this guilt with you, you were able to continue to to be as strong as you could in that past life, but it really is about releasing that. Now, how it's impacting you in this lifetime, interestingly, we have, in a financial sense, I should say, we have employment change. Your career path is leading you in a higher direction with positive changes to support your dreams, priorities, passions, and life purpose. Trust that these changes will help you release the old and welcome the new. You are being supported each step of the way. So group number 2, I'm seeing that whatever career you are currently in this lifetime, in this incarnation, it's very burdensome on you, and you're feeling a lot of pressure from this career. And this could be to find a job if you're currently unemployed, or it could be, that you're in a very high position at work, and deep down you're wondering how you can actually raise a family and keep this job at the same time. So there's definitely something here that you need to investigate about whether your job that you're currently in is holding you back, or whether you are letting the idea of sacrificing your work hold you back at a deep level. Now, how your spirit guides want to support you. Oh my God, I want to cry. It's going to happen for you, group 2. The Sun. Enjoy success and happiness. Wow. I'm going to take an animal totem card for you. That's really positive, group number 2. Despite the fact that I'm basically crying right now, to me, that's an amazing outcome. Okay, you got the Lizard card. Let's see. Instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, and dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception. As if it has a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights in big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. When in balance, artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. When out of balance, elusive, non-committal, and flaky. To bring into balance, a creative project. So group number 2, that's all I have for you today. I just want to, draw your attention one more time to the Sun card, okay? Your spirit guides are supporting you. They want you to enjoy success and happiness. And to me, this does show the birth of new life. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content from me, please subscribe to Caistrology. Enjoy your day, group number 2, and I will see you next time. Hi, group 3, for those of you who chose the Fluorite crystal. I'll start by looking at your oracle card, and then I'm going to do a Celtic crossbred. Wow. Step into the unknown. Okay, group 3, you've got questions, I've got answers. So let's see who you were in a past life. Okay. 3 of Cups. All right, so just bear with me. I'm actually just going to pull all these cards first before I start talking, because otherwise I'm going to distract myself. Okay. Step into the unknown. So group 3, it feels like there's a very big decision that you guys need to make, and you're sort of waiting for someone to give you the green light. And this is in your current lifetime, and the way that this correlates with the past is that you had to be a pioneer of something. You had to be the first one to do something, and it was at a time where it was quite avant-garde or unusual, and you know, you were fearing judgment or persecution from society. I'm just going to take one more card and then I'm going to get into it. Okay. There we go. 2 cards. All right, I'll honor it. Okay. So, group 3. If I called you a group 2, if I called you group 2 at some stage, I'm sorry. Anyway, so in a past life with this 3 of Cups card, you were part of some kind of women's community, okay? Some sort of sisterhood, and this sense of community or sisterhood was very, very important to you. And I feel like you had a lot of pressure to not rock the boat and to fulfill some kind of societal expectations, which, you know, sounds pretty vague, but nonetheless, the obstacle or the opportunity that we had was the Page of Wands. So this was a brand new journey, something groundbreaking, something absolutely inspiring, which, you know, it was like a voyage or a journey or some kind of new opportunity. And the root cause of why this was a challenge for you, we have the 4 of Wands being reversed, okay? This was something which upset your sisters and it upset your family greatly. Even the mention of this new life or this new opportunity was something which you know, you didn't want to upset your family because you were a very tight-knit family, and I feel like it was a big family, like some kind of community, okay? And then we had the 7 of Wands card, stand your ground. So this was another thing which was extremely challenging to you. And in terms of your career and profession, we have the 9 of Pentacles card, okay? So you decided to go it alone, to create your own life. All right, in a past life, you were a total loner. You were by yourself and you thrived in that environment. In fact, you were an artist, group number 3, okay? And, you know, back in this past life, a woman choosing the life of an artist was something which was quite frowned down upon because, you know, in your past life, in that era, only the men were allowed to go on to become famous artists or sculptors or painters. And to me, in this life, in this incarnation for you, there's something which is so inspiring to you. You were definitely creators, group number 3. Some of you may have been writers as well and felt like you had to write under a pseudonym, okay, or some kind of pen name, and you know, you just wanted to pursue your dreams and be supported. And in this lifetime, I feel like, as in this current incarnation for you, group 3, in some way you feel unsupported by family, okay? Oh, I just got really emotional saying that. Yeah, which means that that's definitely what's going on for you, group 3. You need to embrace temperance, okay? You need to embrace the energy of healing, and also wait for the support to come in. And you also need to reconcile your past life and that incarnation with this lifetime, because there is an opportunity for you to receive healing and support from people in your family, maybe not all of them, but definitely some of them, and also friends as well, group number 3. You know, there's this feeling I get from you in the past life, which really is carrying on to this life, which says that, you know, you're going it alone and you feel like you have to, but You don't have to. This is your soul remembering in the past that you had to do that, and you actually didn't have support in a past life. And that's why you're repeating this cycle or this pattern in this incarnation, because the lesson that you need to learn is that you do have support around you, but it won't actually come in until you ask for it. Group number 3. With the Temperance card, you can see that she has, she's holding 2 cups, and see that water is flowing. All right, so this is representing relationships being in flow. If you don't reach out to the people that you need support from, that relationship is going to stagnate, and you're not going to get the support from them that you are craving. But there's a sense of pride here, group number 3. You guys are too proud to admit that you want approval from someone. And I'm not saying that you need approval or that you need permission, but there's at least one person in your life whom you would like to merely acknowledge that this is the path that you are stepping onto now, because you are stepping into the unknown. You did it in a past life, you're doing it in this life, and there's a part of you which is hiding this part of yourself, group number 3. It's like there's the light and the dark, right? There's the shadow side, and then there's who you want the world to see. And I feel like you're only showing your true face to some people in your life, but not all of them. Now, in your past life, the power which you possessed was that of justice, okay? So some of you were known for being someone who only spoke the truth. Now, this was to your detriment, okay, because the card was reversed, but you were very, you always honored your integrity and what you wanted to do, and you never backed down from that. So you did have to sacrifice relationships, but this is something which you can admire your past life, your past self for, group number 3, because in a past life, you always stayed true to who you were. You were willing to step into the unknown. And there's like this little squeamish feeling or this fear about doing the same thing in this lifetime. And your past self wants your current self to know that you can do it, and that you need to embrace the energy of going out on a new journey. Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. Stay true to who you are. Now, in the external environment, the external pressures that you experienced in this past life, we had the 9 of Swords. So the biggest pressure that you felt was actually from yourself. Okay, despite the fact that you had family issues in a past life, you were really, really hard on yourself. I would say even more so than your family were. Now, with your hopes and your fears, we had the 8 of Pentacles card. So in a past life, you were worried that you would never be good enough, that you would never perfect your skills enough to be able to be renowned for being a true artist. And the outcome of this was twofold, okay? With the 10 of Wands card, which was actually reversed, and the Artist card, which was upright. Wow, this reading is really powerful, group number 3. I hope this clarifies something for you, what I'm about to tell you next. In a past life, you created some piece of artwork or wrote some kind of novel, and you completed it. But the thing is, you actually, in your past life, you actually died before you received. Wow. You died before you received the recognition that you deserved for your creation. And I'm going to pull myself together. That is why in this life, you are so fearful about releasing, so fearful That is why in this life you are so fearful about releasing your art and your creations into the world. It's because you never received the accolades and the recognition for who you were. Which group 3 was a true artist? Oh my God, I don't even want to. Man, I'm so emotional in this reading. I kind of want to edit it, but I'm going to leave it because it's authentic. You guys are artists, group number 3, and you are your own worst critic. You will complete something in this lifetime and you will release it into the world. You will step into the unknown. Now, you guys are afraid deep down at a soul level in this life. You are afraid of what will happen when the world knows your name. But guess what? You need to organize for success, group 3, because it is coming your way. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. Now I'm going to take an animal totem card. Wow, I have no idea why this reading was so emotional, but oh, we've got the spider card here. Okay, let's see. Spider. Creator of prosperity through life's work and dharma. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry, and abundance follows. When in balance, enthusiastic, prosperous, and appreciative. When out of balance, discouraged, tired, and forlorn. To bring into balance, playful creativity. Group number 3, you are artists. Don't forget to create for the sake of creating. On that note, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content from me, please subscribe to Caistrology. Enjoy your day, group number 3, and I will see you next time. Hi, group 4, for those of you who chose the clear quartz crystal. Let's take a look at your oracle card before I do the Celtic cross spread. So we have explore your ancestry. Let's see how this ties in. Okay, who was group 4 in their past life? Okay. Okay, so in a past life, group number 4, you experienced a fall from grace. Okay, so you were in a position of, like in a high position in society, and you lost a lot. You had to give up a lot, and I'm going to explore why that is, but yeah, it's pretty heavy. I definitely see that you saw that you lost your house and your family, like your family life. You know, I'm going to explore it. I'm just going to take 3 more cards and let's see. But yeah, this is definitely a very heavy reading. I can already feel it, group number 4. Just bear with me. Obviously, I'm taking more cards than normal. If you are familiar with my channel, I'm going to take 2 more cards. Yes. Interesting. Okay. So, in a past life, with the King of Pentacles being reversed, and the obstacle slash opportunity being the Ten of Cups card. I can see that, like I said, you were in some kind of elevated position in society, and you certainly had a lot of material wealth. I feel like you were the owner of a business and very, very well respected in your community. Now, with being separated from your family or from losing them somehow, that's shown by the Ten of Cups card, but then the Four of Wands shows me a loss of your house. Now, I've also got the Death card reversed and the Devil as well. Okay, so with the Death card being reversed, this shows me that the root cause of why this happened to you was there was a death in your family, in your past life, and it absolutely rocked you to the core, to the point where you had to take on a whole lot more responsibility with work, and you were never home to see your family. And this loss in your life, I feel like this family member worked with you in business, and then you had to pick up the slack and take on the burden of your family. And with this Devil card being here well, I've done my own kind of take on a Celtic cross, but the position that this Devil card is taking up, group 4, is in your career and in your professional life. So this shows me that you, in a past life, sold out what you actually wanted for yourself. And to me, the correlation here with explore your ancestry is that I'm getting an overwhelming feeling like in this current life, you are being expected to take up a position in a family business. Okay, it's like your family wants you to step up to the plate and take over the family business or have more of an involved role. Another way that this can play out for you, group number 4, is that your family have very, very strong opinions about what you should do for work. And these are very, very like corporate world kind of titles, like lawyer, doctor, accountant. And that's just not you, group 4. And the reason that this is being brought to light now is that this is a pattern which is being repeated from your past life in this life. It's a cycle that you absolutely need to break, group number 4, because in your past life, you lost everything that was dear to you because you had to take on this burden. Okay, you lost your house and you lost your family. Okay, everything that you loved was stripped away from you, and you just had to keep on going. With the Devil card here, you know, you were just tied to this role in life which did not give you any joy or fulfillment, and this hardened you and made you jaded and cynical. And this is partly why you lost your family, because you weren't the person that they initially married or got together with. People who love you, the people who support you, can see that in some way, and this is not the family who are pressuring you, by the way, this is like your friends or the people who are telling you to, you know, snap out of it and just pursue what you actually want to do and go against, you know, your parents putting this enormous amount of pressure on you, group number 4. Your spirit guides want to support you by saying, drop your shields with the protection guardian. You can let down your guard and be honest and have really candid and forthright conversations with the people in your life who are pressuring you. Speak to your parents, speak to your brother, your sister, or whoever is pressuring you, and say, look, I don't want this life, okay? I understand that you left this position for me, or that you created it just for me because you always thought that I was going to, step into this role, but I don't want it. And from your Angels of Abundance card, we have the courage to ask for and accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. So with your hopes, the powers which you possessed and your talents and your skills in a past life, we have the 8 of Swords card here. So this tells me that you had the qualities of Gemini. You actually were a great communicator, and you were able to work many different professions, and you had so many skills and talents, and I feel like you were quite skilled with your hands as well. And group number 4, the correlation once again between the past life and this life is that you are not typecast in this lifetime. You do not have to fit the mold that your family has created for you with these expectations, okay? With exploring your ancestry, if you trace back your ancestors, you will find that there are a couple of rebels who just went against the grain and were the black sheep of the family. They are your spirit guides, group number 4, and they really want to get in touch with you at this time and let you know that they will give you help with having the courage to ask for it. Find out who these individuals were in your ancestry, and if you can, get a piece of their jewelry or something that they'd written on, or an item of theirs, or even just a photograph, and sort of use it as a talisman, group number 4, because they're really going to give you a lot of strength and guidance at this time to pursue the life that you want. In your past life, in the environment, we have the Chariot card here. So this shows me that in terms of the environment that they were in, it was very fast paced and very changeable. And in a past life, you were just like having these 2 horses, let's just say, the Chariot card, you're riding a chariot and you're just like barely holding on for dear life. And that was in your past life, group number 4, where you were very reactive to everything that came up. It required like a knee-jerk reaction, and that's where you sort of got trapped and lost your house and lost your family, because you made these snap decisions without thinking, and you really can't afford to make the same mistake again, group number 4. In the past, with your hopes and fears, we had the 8 of Wands card here being reversed. So this shows me that you were afraid of hearing from people, as in hearing the truth. You were sort of like putting your head in the sand and avoiding hearing what people had to say. Now, the outcome of this with the 9 of Wands card is that you really lived and died in a state of a perpetual uphill battle. You always felt like you had to have more, you had to keep going with work that you weren't able to delegate to other people. But it's so important that you reconcile the past life with this life, group number 4, because with the King of Swords card, the way that this is impacting you in this current incarnation is that you really have the same mentality, that your work life is more important than anything else. And it's simply not true, group number 4. Now, lastly, I'm going to take an animal totem card and just see what advice we have from your animal spirit. Okay, we've got the turtle card. That's funny, I pulled this card for myself just yesterday. Okay, turtle. Ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. When in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt to bring into balance and adventure. So group number 4, it's time to break the cycles and the patterns of your past life and not repeat the same themes in this life. Nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content from me, please subscribe to Caistrology. Enjoy your day, group number 4, and I will see you guys next time.